Hi everyone, we decided to do a little talk today just to answer some questions and tell everyone how and why we ended up in France and how we ended up buying a house and the whole process.
You might see me grinning from ear to ear. I'm just so happy that my kidney stones are gone and I'm feeling good. I mean, what a weight lifted off of my shoulders.
Health is wealth, right? Health
is wealth. It turned out to be low vitamin D. After a week now of vitamin D, I'm feeling super.
So why are we in France? Well, I've always loved France, always wanted to come here. And I dragged this one along. And now he loves it too.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. Very good culture here, I would say, for sure. I've gained a great appreciation for France. I really enjoy it. I love the culture. Everyone has been very friendly. Having to have this procedure at the hospital really showed me how caring and warm the people are.
Very good experience.
I can't be happier. And you might see a smile on my face. That's because this pain is gone and I'm feeling great. Had my first glass of wine in a month, so I'm happy.
Good.
Very happy.
And we're going to our new rental house in a week and a half because this one is so cold. The heat doesn't really work.
And I do believe this house is cursed, but Jenny says no. But we stayed here a few years ago, and I got sick then too. So I think watch out for this house. Watch out.
All right, back to moving to France. The number one thing I would recommend before moving to France
is find a lover.
Yes. No, rent. Rent before you buy. Without a doubt.
Or you could find a lover once you get here, because that's what France is all about.
As we've learned, but that's a whole different topic. But if you want to find a house, definitely rent, and rent in the off seasons. We came here on vacation. We went to different areas in France.
And we started back in 2017, I think, when we first came.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah. We came and we did a whole month or 2 month journey, and we got so lucky. Every day was sunshine. We were like, we could live here, we could live here, we could live here. And then we started looking at the climates and we realized we got so lucky. It rains almost all the time in those other places.
Like in the southwest by Biarritz. If you're thinking of buying in a certain area, rent for a month or two if you can, to really see if you like that area, if you can acclimate to the people, how you like the weather, talk to as many people as possible. And that's what we did. We actually went all around France. We took a couple months and we did 2 weeks. And we came to Provence, the area that we're in now, because a few years ago, we didn't like this area. But we said, let's just give it a shot because it met both of our requirements. I wanted something very traditional, very steeped in history. And Noah wanted something. I
wanted some golf. And we came and we stayed near Nice. And we both didn't like it. It was too crowded, too congested. Coming from New York City, it was just too overwhelming. It felt just like back in New York.
Right.
And then we luckily discovered this little area called the Provence Verte, which, because it was the first, what was it?
It has the first organic village in all of France.
Right down the street.
So that's what attracted me.
Correns.
And so when we were picking places to stay, I said to Noah, okay, I want to stay in Correns for 2 weeks. That was our Provence trip.
And there was a great golf course right next to the town. So I said, works for me. Let's go check it out.
So when we came to this area, and Noah and I both said, I think this is it. Personally, I love the southwest of France in the middle. All the old chateaus, the food, but it wasn't livable.
If I had my kidney stones there, I probably would have died. We heard stories about people who got sick, needed to call the ambulance. The ambulance driver said, I'll be there after lunch, and then the guy died. So,
True story.
True story.
True story. But this area has a higher population. There's more families around here, a younger population, more modern amenities, but you still get the quaint village life, which I personally love.
Some English speakers, the French speak a little more English down here if you have a hard time with that. That's a big help because some places.
But we are learning French.
Yeah, Jen's getting very good. I'm struggling still,
learning.
But I'm getting better. I'm getting better for sure.
And I love being surrounded totally by the French. I don't really like when they speak English. I want to learn French. I want to assimilate to the culture. And that's why I love this area. And what we rented is off season.
Yeah, much cheaper. And as Jenny taught me, that if you like something in the winter, you will love it in the summer.
True to form. If you like it in the winter?
Well, just because in the winter nothing's growing, it's kind of stark, it's a little chilly, but if you still like it then, once you come in the spring, it's going to be blooming and there's going to be life and you'll love it then. But if the winter kind of gets you, you're like, this could be a good place. And that's how we found this place.
And rental sites. There's 2 great rental sites to know. Rentaplaceinfrance.com, great site. It's a third-party site. You don't pay them anything. It's just where people advertise their homes. It's straight from owner to renter. And that's where we found this home, and that's where we found the house we actually ended up buying. Because it wasn't for sale, it was just rent, it was just for rent. We talked to the owner after a few months of renting it to see if he wanted to sell. But rentapaceinfrance.com. They have properties all over France. Great site. Prices really vary. It depends on where you want to go. You can get places for 600 euros a month, upwards to 5,000 euros a month. It really depends. And a lot of these places, like we said, are off season. And by off season, we mean like September through May, or through September through June. July and August are almost exclusively rented weekly.
And it's very expensive.
Whereas, take for instance, like this house we're renting right now. Is it 1,000 euros a month, which is not bad at all, 1,000 euros a month. But if you rent this house in July or August, I think this place is like 2,500 a week. So that is a huge difference. So look at these sites, talk to the owners to negotiate. Another one is longtermrentalsinfrance.com. And that one does, again, long-term rentals in France, but almost exclusively in off-season. So check out those two.
And Airbnb is not a bad option either because
he loves Airbnb.
You get the security of the owner knowing you're going to give a review. So sometimes you can be a little more, they're more accommodating sometimes.
We have never had a problem using the other two sites that I mentioned. Never had a problem. Another thing to know when you are coming to France, if you're going to be staying long term, you have to have a rental car. All right. And we found a great site for this. It's called Car2Europe.
Yeah, great company. You can rent up to 175 days, any length of time. Per year.
Or if you have two drivers, you can have 175 days like in Noah's name and then another 175 days in my name.
Which is what we do. For that 175 days, it's roughly around between 4,500 to 5,500, depending on the model and type of car you get. It's Citroen, and the cars are great. You get a brand new car at the airport. You get unlimited mileage. You get a tank of gas. You get insurance. You get an extra driver for free, and all your worries are taken care of. And we found that that's probably the best way to go because right now we're not looking at a car. Plus, if you get the Euro car, what's it called? Car2Europe. You get a discount at the end of your rental. They offer to sell it to you for, I think it's 15 or 20% off the sticker price.
Because it's really a lease-to-own program.
Yeah. And we have great success with it. We've really enjoyed the cars we've gotten. When we find the exact car we like, we'll probably end up buying that car.
How did we end up in France and how can we stay here for the whole year? Well, we got a long-term visa, which only took me the whole summer to put together last year and stack of paperwork like this. But after that, it was easy peasy. And I can do another video on exactly what is necessary for a long-term visa. But just real quick to tell everyone what's involved, the Frenchies want three main things from you. Now, again, this is for a visitor visa, which means you are allowed to stay here for a 1-year period, but you're not allowed to work. You're not allowed to take money from the French government.
You can work online.
Yeah, you can be an entrepreneur.
Make a YouTube channel.
You can have retirement savings. And again, this is part of the three things that they want. Number one, they want to know that you have enough money to sustain you for the whole year. I think right now it's about, 25,000 US dollars for two people. Now, I don't have the exact number, but it's around that, okay? And number two, they want to know you have a place to stay for the year. It doesn't have to be for the whole year. You just have to show them that, let's say you have an Airbnb for a couple months. In our case, we had the rental. So we just printed out the lease and showed them that. Number three, you have to have medical insurance. Not traveler's insurance, but medical insurance that covers France. What we have and what we still have is called Cigna Global. I love Cigna Global. All you Americans out there know how expensive medical insurance is in the U.S. I mean, just for me alone, the U.S. medical insurance was upwards of $15,000 for the whole year, all right? And with a deductible of $10,000.
Yeah.
When I got Cigna Global, it is, like $5,000 for both of us for the whole year. zero deductible, and it covers the whole world, including the US.
But only for a few months. You can't be there. You can't have that in the US all year.
If you have US insurance included with that, you're allowed to spend 6 months of the year in the US. That's it. Because again, this is global insurance. It's meant for people who travel around the world. But we've had great experience with them. We've used the insurance many times. They're extremely responsive. I could do a whole video on Cigna Global.
Yeah.
I love it. Money transfers. Let's talk about that real quick, about bringing money over to France, how we get euros over here. I don't know if people have heard of WISE, as in Noah's very wise. Kisses. But it's a third-party platform, kind of like PayPal, but not really.
Yeah, or like Zelle, something like that.
But it's mainly for international transfers. And everybody uses it. Even here, when we got a French bank account, they told me a lot of our international customers use Wise. Because if you transfer euros through a US bank, and I don't know about England or other countries, but if the exchange rate for euros, from dollars to euros, you get an awful exchange rate, even at the bank in the US. Wise gives you the exact market value exchange rate.
On that day.
Right. No, at that second.
At that moment.
Right. And their fees are nominal. We're talking dollars, okay, for the fees. That's a great alternative for exchanging money because the exchange rate can get pretty high.
And if you move here, you must get a bank account because France is a little different. Not many people in France have credit cards. So they do a lot of bank transfers. Like, for instance, I just went and got a cell phone for us so we could have a French phone. Yeah. And I had to have a bank account, and I had to give them my RIB number.
IBAN, yeah.
IBAN. So you've got to open up a bank account. That's crucial to existing in France.
And one of our friends was saying how difficult it is to get a bank account. There is a lot of administration in France.
Bureaucracy.
A lot of bureaucracy, a lot of paperwork. But let me tell you something. We've had great luck.
Yeah.
Okay? Hopefully that continues. But we've had great luck with things. The bank account took me 1 day. I walked in there. She said, the rep said, I need this from you. I was like, okay. And this was, we need proof of residency. We need, I forgot what else. Simple things. It was like your passport, a copy of your passport, a proof of residency.
Maybe the electric bill. It was
things that were very easy to get. We didn't have an electric bill at the time.
Something.
But it was something that was very easy. And I sent it, I went back to the rental where we were renting. I sent her the information, done. She said it was done. So that wasn't hard at all to get. If anyone has any questions for us about renting a house or buying a house, please let us know. We'll answer everything that we can. The house that we ended up buying, like we said, we rented that first. And we rented it, which is very important because we wanted to get to know this area to see if we really...
We wanted to see if we fit into the community.
And to see if we could imagine living here.
Yeah. And we ended up making so many friends and French friends. You know, there are a lot of foreigners in this area. And we made some friends with them as well, but our whole thing was we wanted to assimilate to French styles and customs and society. And just that attempt to do that, we really succeeded, and we have so many French friends, and we felt like we became part of this community. And we ended up, at first we weren't sure if we were going to love Contignac or if we were going to move in the town next door, which is a little more authentic, a little more old school.
Yeah.
But it turns out I think we made the right choice because there's a little more, I don't know what to say, but it's like a little more alive. It has more restaurants.
It's the Petit Saint-Tropez.
Oui, it's more for us. It's a little younger crowd, I would say. It's got a little more life.
It does. All the other towns are very authentic. This has a little panache to it, this town.
And we only would have found that. We only found that by staying here for a long enough time before we bought. If we would have rushed and bought, there was a house there that we were trying to buy and the person wouldn't sell it to us.
A little tiny house.
We would have been there, and I don't think that would have been our town. I think that's why it worked out this way.
So if you can, I would rent for a year if you can, so you see it in each season.
Yeah.
And please, the number one advice that at least I could give, I say, is try to assimilate to the French culture. Speak the language. Don't hang out, if you're American, don't hang out with Americans. Don't hang out with British people. That's the whole purpose, and that's why we're in France. to embrace the traditions and the culture. We heard so many people saying how hard it is to make French friends and how the French don't let you in.
Yeah, we've met people who lived here for 15, 20 years. They said, we've never been to a French dinner party once.
Oh, I love dinner parties. We're going to one tomorrow.
So we were making dinner party arrangements within the first week of being here. So we got very lucky because Jenny's very outgoing, as you can tell. I'm a little more reserved. But we met people, and it just flowed from there.
I think what it comes down to is if you show the French that you want to embrace their culture and their language and show them how much you appreciate their land, then they love you.
I mean, yeah, they just asked, why do you come here? I said, because I like French culture. I like French food.
I said, because of the cheese, le fromage.
Yeah, and they go, oh. And as soon as you say that, they open their hearts to you. It's beautiful.
I've honestly found the French to be extremely welcoming, very helpful, just very kind, hardworking people.
I mean, you see how hard our workers are working for us, and everyone talks about these nightmares with workers. We have had none of that. Everyone has been there for us. Everyone has helped us. I feel so fortunate. I mean,
we've had
really
some
fortunate.
really good luck with our workers. And even we have a few other friends, like 2 or 3 other friends that are doing renovations. And
some are French.
And they're telling us horror stories.
Yeah.
And
people don't show up. They never come back. They get the money. They don't return.
They get the deposit. And they don't show up after that.
None of that. Our guys are there early and they leave late. It's truly impressive. I'm very happy.
Just today, the workers were telling me that they're going to come on Saturday. And I'm like, oh, I got to get up early again on Saturday. And Noah's like, are you complaining that the workers are going to come on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm very happy because we have a very strict timeline because we're trying to get into the house by May 1st because that's when our house in the other town that we're moving over to, that's when our lease runs out. So we really want to be in the house. Not everything has to be finished. We'd like the bathrooms and the kitchen, be able to live in it. If we have to do some small work, that'd be great, but we need to get in there. So we have to get these certain things done.
And how do we find the workers? Honestly, by word of mouth. I asked everyone and anyone. I met with so many different workers, people for the tile, the roof. We got lucky with Marvin because one of our French friends, actually, it's more of an acquaintance, this Ariella, a real estate lady that I met one time. She was so kind to me. She came over to the house on her own to take a look at the house we were renting before we bought it because I needed advice. I wanted to ask her, what do you think of this house? Is it worth buying? I said, do you know any artisans that we could use? And she recommended Marvin. She recommended a few other people. And again, we just talk to everyone. Tell us your good experiences, bad experiences with these workers.
And we didn't just trust the first person we met. We had 3 separate, we'd always have at least a minimum of 3 of the same type of worker come and give us a price so we could see who was expensive, who we kind of vibed with, who we thought had the technical knowledge to do the jobs. And by doing that, by mixing it up and not just taking the first one, say, okay, we trust you. No, we made sure to tell them, hey, we're having someone else come to do a estimate as well. And that made them be on their game as well.
But just be honest with them too. We got some feedback from people saying that I was a little too harsh with Marvin the roofer, being a little too nitpicky. But let me tell you something. At the end, when Marvin left, he sent me a message and he told me how much he appreciated that we were very honest with him. And because I did take his advice and I listened to him and I heard what he was saying, but us working together and me being honest with him, he said he liked that. So we were able to work.
And then we gave him a 5-star review because of that. Because he did work with us and he realized he's an artisan. You know, he's not just a roofer. He's someone that really took it as his roof. He was very proud of it. And so we were just like, listen, this is our first house, man. Like we want this thing. We want this thing to be ideal. And we don't know. Like we're looking at things and we're saying, hey, that doesn't look quite right. And every day in town we walk by this one artisan's house, we saw this guy doing the work, and it's all like not well done and not clean and dirty. And we're like, we got lucky. We didn't get that. So
it's the details.
It is.
Wait till you see the wine cave that Noah is
coming along.
It's not really amazing. A cave per se. It's a little room, but for us it's special because we've never had like a wine cellar. So that's going to be special.
Purchased the wine door that goes into the wine cave. Oh, it's
I'm rolling my eyes because I do not like this door.
I like it. You'll see. You guys know about my door love. I got this door. This is a gem. It's a gem.
I don't know about that, but yes, and we do argue a lot and disagree on things, but we're from New York, so we can
Yeah,
do that.
we talk with our hands. We butt heads. We always play.
And
it's always in
You
fun.
can't always be nicey nice. You have to butt heads sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way you're going to get through a whole house renovation.
We are madly in love. I am. We've been together 12 years. I mean,
13. I don't know. 12.
well, we're
13?
on our 13th year. But 12 years.
First house together.
Yeah.
All right. So again, if anyone has any questions, so we're very privileged to be able to be here.
Yes.
And more than appreciative, because walking around and
We both worked regular jobs back in America and saved our money so we could do this. And
every dollar counts.
every dollar. So now,
especially with a whole house renovation. And why are we doing the whole house?
yeah,
and not
so
just
everyone is saying, why are you destroying this entire house? Well, because it was too expensive to go buy a piece of property with the view and everything we wanted and build a house from scratch. Also, to do that, the permitting
Regulations
in
and
France is
regulations.
extreme. We would be waiting months and months for each thing to get passed. But when you buy an old house, ours isn't ancient, but it's old enough.
from the 1960s.
Yeah, any house you buy, you are unlimited on your renovations. There's no permits to get. You can just go for it, and that's what we're doing.
For the interior.
For the interior.
You need permits for anything that is going to be on the exterior. Inside, you can do whatever you want.
Right. So we're just going to town as if we were building a brand new house because we really didn't like this house so much. We wanted to change it and turn it into our little piece of heaven. And
Yes.
I think you guys can see it's really coming along. It's going to be quite beautiful when we're done.
I love the location. For me, it's very important to be able to walk to the village. I'm an avid walker. I love walking everywhere. Typical New Yorker.
Yep.
And that wasn't his criteria. Noah's criteria was
Within 30 minutes of a golf course,
Yes.
and I have that. Also, you have to realize that being in town, close enough to town to walk, you're going to pay more. The prices drop precipitously. The minute you get like a mile out of town, you can find a much better price for a house. So that's something to weigh as well. If you really like a town and you don't mind driving to get to your town, you can find huge discounts on houses. But we had that criteria because Jen's not a big driver.
No.
You did see her in the snow the other day driving for me, but that was a rare occasion.
This location was it for me. We have hiking right in the area. Also, the chapel Notre Dame is in our view with the cross lit up at night. So you can see that from our front door and the backyard, which I love. So it was perfect. So I said to Noah, let's do it. Let's get the house. Let's redo everything. I always wanted to do a renovation. Well, I got my dream.
That's
I got
right.
the renovation.
That's right.
And hopefully, we're hoping, like we said, by May, everything will be done. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and ask us any questions you have. And until next time,
A bientôt.